Hey all, thank you for watching the tutorials, and I want to apologize for being absent as of late, but my life is quite busy. So today we'll be working in Flash CS4 ActionScript 3.0 file. You can actually use ActionScript 2.0 and you can work in CS3 if you'd prefer, whatever you're comfortable with. I'll be showing you how to set up a simple button today. There's simple buttons are good for beginners and relatively easy to set up. So let's see our demonstration here. This is the button that we'll be using, and it has a nice hover over effect that tells you what the button is when you hover over it, and it changes color in the background. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to make a new ActionScript file. Go ahead and press OK, and then we're going to change document size to 100 by 100, and 24 frames is fine. Let's go ahead and bring this in, zoom in. I'm zooming in by pressing Control and the plus key, and that'll zoom in. And to move the area around, go ahead and hold the space bar, click and drag it where you want it. There we go. I've already set up the graphics here, and you can do the same. Once you get your graphics done, you can watch the video and set the simple button up. We're going to go ahead and set it up. So this will be the setup that people will see first, and then when they hover over it, it'll have this filling in the orange background, and then even when they click on it, it will have a little border around. But go ahead and make it any way you want to. So I'm going to grab the first one here, copy it, and these are just a simple graphic that's grouped. Right? If you go into it by double clicking, there's many different objects, and it was made in Illustrator and then imported into Flash. So okay, so let's get back out by double clicking, and then we want to highlight it and convert it to a symbol. So press F8, and this will bring up the Convert to Symbol dialog box. And we're just going to call this Home BTN. And we're going to make sure you actually make this button type. This is the simple button type. And registration, I like to leave it on the top left for most things, and that's what I'll be doing here. There we go. Okay, perfect. And you can see it's a simple button by double clicking into it. And you'll notice the up, over, down, and hit state. The up is just when the button sits like normal. There's no interaction with the button. That's what's called the up state, and you will be viewing that most of the time. The over state is also known as the hover state of a button, and when you take your mouse and drag it over the button, this is what will change when we make the button have a nice color background change. And the down state is just when it's clicked on. The hit state is actually not visible. It's like an invisible button. You can define it or not. I typically do, and I typically define it a little bit bigger than the actual button. So let's go ahead and make this. So the first thing we want to do is take this up state, drag it by holding Alt and clicking and dragging it over to hover. Okay, and what's this do? What this does is copies it from the up to over. If you notice, there was no keyframe before, and now it did. And then we'll go ahead and double click inside. Make sure you're on the over state. Click inside, and you'll notice that there's a fill. We want to grab the same color, so let's go ahead and click on the stroke, click in here, it'll highlight it all, and press Control C, and escape will get you out of that. Click on the fill state, And let's go ahead and press Control V. There we go. And then you'll notice this little piece right here. Well, we'll just go ahead and color this with the same color. There we go. Now, to there we go. That's pretty much all we have to do to make it change. We're going to add the little home text. I'm going to grab it since I already have it here. Make sure I'm on the over. You just need to grab your type tool and make a little box. And what I have is Myriad Pro, regular, 10-point size, letter spacing at 2, and the color is at 0064B3. And you can pause the video and copy that if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and move on. We're going to highlight the text here, and we're also going to convert this to a symbol. We'll call it text. Let's name it home text, actually. And we're just going to name this a movie clip. Okay? And let's actually go inside of this, and we're going to actually make this another movie clip. So home inner text. Okay? And here's where we're going to do some manipulation. This we're going to name AS for action script, and I'm going to take this and let's drag it out 15 frames, and take this guy, drag it out, and let's bring up the actions. And if you don't have actions up, it's through Window Actions or F9. And let's go ahead and type in stop, open parentheses, close parentheses, and semicolon to close that up. Okay, we're done with that. And let's see here. Make sure you click on it. And let's go ahead and do an alpha effect here. Let's drop down, so it's under color effect, alpha, set it to 0, and then go ahead and right click in between. And if you're in CS4, do not click this motion tween. Motion tween is now called classic tween, so that's what we want to use. And you'll notice, there we go. That's all we have to do there. Let's double click to get back up one layer. And at this point, let's go ahead and test it by holding Control Enter. And there you go. You see the little home coming up and the background color changing. Alright, let's drag this over and make a down state. Let's make this right here. So you can leave in the text, but I'm not going to. I'm going to highlight and delete it. And then I'm just going to change the color of the outside stroke to this blue, and double click out of it, Control Enter to test it. That's our hover state, and click state. And that's it. We just set up a button. In our next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to code and what the code differences are between ActionScript 2.0 and ActionScript 3. So stick around.